It's widely regarded that there are 7 fundamental movement patterns when it comes to exercising the body. So this second workout focuses on the squat. Hi everyone, and welcome to Exercise for Health. And this video is part of a mini series of 10-minute workouts where each one places an emphasis on a movement pattern. This one will be performing exercises that fall under the banner of the squat, which is anything that mimics sitting and standing type movements. This can be done as a workout on its own, or you could use it as part of an exercise program for muscles that act upon the knees. To take part, you will need just a bit of space to exercise in, as well as a chair or sturdy support to sit on, and the option of a hand weight for added intensity. As always, not all exercises will be appropriate for everyone. Therefore, if you're unsure, check with your healthcare professional first, or if any of them cause you pain, just avoid it. So get yourself ready and let's go. Right then, we're going to be doing 6 sets of the squat exercise, 1 minute each with 40 seconds rest. And the first one we're going to do is the box squat. So this is where you need your chair, bench, table, support, whatever you've got, just to stand in front of. You can have your feet shoulder width wide. Arms you can put wherever you want. You can cross your hands over your chest if you prefer, or have them out in front of you, or hands on the hips. It doesn't really matter too much. We're not going to use any additional weight for this one. And essentially from there, we're going to be squatting down, keeping the feet and the knees the same width as your hips. As soon as your bottom touches your support, then you're going to stand straight back up. So we're going to be doing this for 1 minute. So get yourself ready. And off we go. So squatting down, nice, slow and controlled. Within this 1 minute, we'll probably be getting about 10 to 12 reps. So we're not doing them quickly. We're trying to really stimulate the muscles, particularly in the quads. So just get that nice, slow, steady movement as you go up and down. Try and make sure that your knees stay the same width as your feet. So just be careful that your knees don't collapse inwards. And then as soon as you feel your bottom kiss your chair or your support, then just come straight back up. That's halfway through for this first one. So keep breathing with it. Because we're using a large volume of the actual muscles, particularly in the legs and around the hips, around the knees, it's important that you keep the oxygen going in. So you will get a slight cardiovascular effect with these squat exercises. Good, last couple of seconds. Well done. Okay. Right, so for the next one, we're going to do a sumo squat. Now this is where you can use your hand weight. And if you are going to use your hand weight, I just want you to hold it just in front of the chin, or just under the chin on the top of the chest. You're going to have your feet about a shoulder width and a half wide, so a lot wider than where we did the box squat. Turn the toes outwards slightly, and then from there, we're going to be squatting down. As you squat, just make sure the knees are tracking outwards in alignment with the toes. So go as low as you can, and then come back up. Obviously the depth of your squat for this one will be kind of limited on your mobility of your hip. So set yourself up ready, and off we go. So again, nice, slow and controlled movement. Get as much depth as you can before you come back up to standing. So make sure those knees are tracking outwards and they're not coming in. Good. And again, if you have got the weight, just keep it close to the body. We don't want to start moving the weight further away from the body, otherwise you'll feel that more in your lower back. So keep it as close as you can to your chest. That's halfway through on this one. Good. Really focus on pushing those knees out wide as you're squatting down. And you might feel this a little bit on the inside of the thighs, the adductor muscles. You'll get that a little bit with the sumo squat because of the position of the hip. Good, last few seconds. Good, okay. Right, for the next one, again, you don't need the weight for this one if you don't want to, but you can do if you prefer. We're gonna do a B stance squat. So for this one, if you start off as though you're gonna do a standard squat with the feet shoulder width wide, bring one foot back so the toes are in line with the heel of the front foot. And then essentially from there, so the back foot's on the ball of the foot, we're gonna squat down as I'm gonna try and take the bottom down to the heel of the back foot and then push back up. So there's a little bit more emphasis on this front leg. So we're going to do 1 minute this way, and then for the second minute, we'll do it the other way around. So get yourself ready. And off we go. So again, just check this knee, make sure it stays in alignment with the foot. This is the one, this front foot is the one you should feel most of the weight on. So there's a bit more emphasis on this front leg, but the back knee's bending a lot more as you lower down. So think about taking the bottom straight down towards the heels of the feet before you pop back up again. Good. Again, nice, slow and controlled. We're looking for a slower tempo with these strength exercises, but you should be feeling that more on the quads, front of the thighs of this front leg. Good. Slow and steady. Pop back up. You might find you can get a little bit more depth on this one compared to the sumo squat. Last few seconds. Good, okay. Have a little breather. So for the second one, we're just gonna do exactly the same, switching the feet around the other way. So make sure this back foot is out wide. You don't want it right behind the other one, otherwise it might feel a bit wobbly. So keep the feet a shoulder width wide, back foot on the ball of the foot, front weight planted, and going same thing, down and up. We've got another 20 seconds rest. Then we'll do this set on the opposite side. Heart rate should be up a little bit, mine is. Just working that high volume of muscles. Okay, get yourself ready, got 5 seconds. Put your hands wherever you want. Ready? Off we go on the opposite side. So again, go as low as you can, keeping most of the weight on this front foot, just using that back foot as a support for balance purposes, and try and go as low as you possibly can. Good, slow and controlled. Feel those quads work on that front leg. So just be aware of where your knee's tracking. So if you've got a particularly weak hip, you might find the knee starts to wobble around a little bit. So just try and stabilize it as best you can as you're going up and down. Keep that front foot planted. Good. Should be feeling that in that front leg now by now. Last 10 seconds. Good, okay. Right then, next one we're gonna do is a goblet squat. So this is where we're gonna use the hand weight again. This time we're gonna hold the actual weight between the heels of the hands, and I've got it in close to my chest, bringing the elbows in nice and tight. Feet are gonna be a standard width, so shoulder width wide, and then from there, we're squatting down with the weight on the front before you pop back up again. So a minute on this one, so have a little breather. Got another 10 seconds. Okay, get yourself ready. And off we go. So again, go as low as you can. You might find this one's a bit more restricted compared to the B stance squat, where the feet were slightly staggered. So you might feel as though you can't go quite so low. So just work within your ability and your range of movement with what you've got. Remember, if you slow it down, you'll really start to work into the control of the muscles and control of the joint movement. So slow and steady. Halfway on this one. Good. Think about sinking down. If you can get your hips down, level with your knees, fantastic. But if you can't, it doesn't matter. Just find that biting point where you think that's as far as you can go, and then come back up to the top. Last couple of seconds. Good, okay. Just got one exercise left. You won't need the weight for this last one. We're gonna be doing squat with a heel raise. So this is a little bit more explosive. So what I'm gonna do is have my feet in the same position as with the goblet squat. And then from there, as I'm squatting down, I'm gonna take my arms back behind me. And as I come up, I'm gonna bring my arms forwards, but I'm gonna then lift the heels up off the floor. Now, if you want to, if you're able, you can actually do this as a squat jump. But for starters, if you're not sure about that, just go down and then come up onto the balls of the feet at the top here. Ready? Off you go. So arms back as you squat, and then a bit more explosive as you come up. Lift the heels up off the floor at the top here before you go back down again. So heels up, heels straight back down. Arms are going back as I squat. Arms are coming up to the front as you stand, and then lift the heels up at the top of the movement. So it's a bit more explosive, a little bit more of a cardio type movement, this one. And if you want to, you can go into a bit of a jump at the top if you prefer, that's up to you. And that's a little bit harder. Good. So control down, explode up. Just get those heels up off the floor at the top there. Good. So really challenging the neuromuscular system with this explosive movement, which is great for stability. Last couple of seconds. Good. And that is it. That's your workout done. Well done. I hope you enjoyed this squats workout today. If so, please give this video a like by clicking the thumbs up button below, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. Look out for the third workout in this series next week, but I will put them all together in our workout playlist, which you'll find the link to in the description below. So thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay active and keep moving to feel better.